Welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning on WTNB on this middle of the week Wednesday. Glad you've decided to join us. Joe Palo, of course, here with my lovely wife Karen Kelly, who my lovely wife Kim.
Newsflash.
Yeah, newsflash. Kim's with her mom. Her mom had some. Well, you know that she's had some surgery, so Kim went down to Florida to take care of her, and she's supposed to be coming back. I think today. In fact, I think she left Thursday morning. And so I guess, what was it, Thursday afternoon, Friday morning?
Thursday afternoon. It was after the farmer's market.
Right. Karen moved in. And no. I'm joking. She didn't move in Thursday. It was Saturday that she moved in. But no. So Karen has been so kind as to come co-host with me today. Karen, of course, you've seen Karen before. She's co-hosted many times, been on Tennessee Valley this morning. And would be here a lot more, but because of your job now, that's
in Athens now.
Taken off.
I know, I'm in Athens. I moved to Athens, but I will tell you, I miss Cleveland very much.
Well, we miss you.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
I'm going to tear up.
Oh, me too. We're going to go to break. No, I'm kidding, James. But yeah, so you are the tourism director for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce.
I am. I've been there probably a little bit over a year, and just try to promote Athens. And yes, guys, there's a lot going on in Athens.
Not just a gas station.
I know. They were kidding me over here to the side, and just wait a minute till he gets.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, we've got a lot going on. Remember in 1998, when the Tennessee Vols were had the championship? Mm-hmm. Well, the Chamber is hosting some of those players July the 28th. Wow. Coach Fulmer is coming. Peerless Price.
Yeah, Peerless Price.
Peerless Price.
Yes.
And Al Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all three coming.
No kidding.
At Tennessee Wesleyan College, and they're going to have dinner with us.
That's great.
And then talk about the championship and what they're doing now.
Well,
so,
and they both, Peerless and Al, went on to play in the NFL and had great careers.
Right. Well,
So
they're all three going to be there, and starts at 6. So if anybody's interested in a ticket, just contact the Athens Chamber of Commerce, and the tickets are only $25.
Wow.
And that includes the meal, and then I think that there's going to be a meet and greet after the dinner. So
an autograph session.
Autograph session, yeah. They're going to
man.
speak. It's actually going to be on the campus at Tennessee Wesleyan, and then we'll go and move inside to the auditorium where it's air conditioned for the three guys to talk to us. Yeah, talk about their experience.
Now, when is this?
That's July the 28th.
July the 28th.
Right.
Okay, and is that a Friday, Saturday?
That is on a Saturday night, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and
that'd be
on
great.
the campus, yeah, at 6 o'clock.
So all of you Vol fans, which there's many of you out there, McMinn County, Athens.
County. Put it on your date book.
Yeah, no kidding. The 28th, and Peerless Price, Al Wilson, Phil Fulmer. I mean, what more could you ask
Yeah,
for?
I've got a couple of tickets, Joe, if you want to go.
Do you?
I do. Just so happens I carry them around.
You carry them around, and you want to buy a watch. Well, that's great. And so now, this is for anybody? I mean, it's not like
right.
group.
It's for anybody. Right.
Is there group tickets available?
There are group tickets available. I think that they're selling some group tables. There may be one group table left. They're going pretty fast.
I bet.
Yeah, so it's a popular event, but we still have a few tickets left. So
Terrific.
We'd love for some Cleveland people to get up to Athens and
our
visit
neighbors
with us.
up north of us.
And yeah, up north.
Up north, up northward. But that's not the only thing you guys are doing, I know.
No,
you got a lot of things going on.
We put on the Moo Fest in June, which was a big success. And then in October, we have what we call Pumpkin Town, which is just a huge fall festival that people come out to. That's October the 13th. It's the second Saturday in October. And that's an all-day event, and we have a lot of Cherokee Indians that come, and they actually set up a reservation there at our market park and show us how, powwow, and it's just a lot of heritage there that comes to Athens that day. That's a lot of fun, a lot of children activities. They have a mutt strut for the dogs, so and people are, if you're pet friendly, you definitely can bring your pet to this event. It's downtown Athens.
Okay, now is this all day or how?
It is all day. It starts at 10 until 5:30.
Okay.
And like I said, it takes up the whole square in Athens, and it even goes up to TWC, Tennessee Wesleyan College campus.
Entertainment, I'm sure?
Entertainment, there's different, I think they have like 3 different entertainment stages.
Oh, that's
a
great.
a lot of different talents. We've got gospel, bluegrass, and some jazz, and then some local entertainers there too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's entertainment stages spaced throughout, so you're not going to get bored, and there's plenty of good food there too.
That's what I was going to say.
Got to have the food.
Yeah, I guess it would be kind of a dumb question to ask, will there be food? But yeah, there's got to be food. So what type of food are we going to have?
Well, the food is, it's open to the vendors, but I know that there's some good barbecue there, as well as, I saw something the other day. It was fried Oreos. Never had a fried Oreo, but I'm hoping that they'll have those. A deep fried Oreo.
Well,
I don't know, just Oreo.
Now, this is what I'm thinking. Of course, now they're frying a lot of things. Like I think anything fried is good.
It's going to be good.
I mean, fried something is good if you fry it.
There you
so
go.
they do ice cream now. I guess they're doing Oreos. They do
Oreos, Twinkies. I think they do Twinkies.
Yes, yeah.
Never had that either.
Right, and I mean, you can fry just about. So, all right. Well, let me ask you this though. So, are they going to be frying it right there as you're purchasing it?
Yes.
So they're going to have the fryer set up, so we'll get to see
We'll
how
get
it works.
to see how it works.
Maybe we can do our own down the road.
That's what
Find
I'm
out
thinking.
the secret.
Yeah.
Fried Oreos. Okay.
Fried Oreos. I'm sorry, I got your attention.
Well,
on
you did,
Oreos.
and you know what? And I'll tell you what, Karen. Since the diet thing, before I never cared about sweets. Now, like sweet things, I'm thinking, really start attracting me. I'm really like candy, which I'd never really eaten. Ice cream, cake. It's like, what happened all of a sudden? And so, I don't know. I'm starting to get a thing for some sweet stuff. So that does sound good to me. Now, in the past, I'd have been like, what about the chicken? Are they going to fry the chicken? Because that's what I'm interested in. But now I'm looking at the fried Oreos.
So your maintenance program with the diet, is that you still have to maintain that? Really?
Really and truly, I don't. I'm completely off it. I eat anything I want. In fact, Kim makes fun of me because, see, what it is I still eat now. I try to eat better. I don't eat as much, but I still eat a good little portion. I still have the appetite. But now the difference is when I go into the buffet and I get the big plate. In the past, people would say, no wonder how he got so big. Look at all that food. Now they go, God bless this guy. Look at how small he is, and look at that appetite, how he can eat so much. So that's what happens. I go in, I get a big plate, but I may not eat all of it, but I eat anything I want. Now, what we'll do from time to time is we'll go to which is, I have to say, because I'm a little proud now, again.
You should be.
Well, what I'm going to tell you would be like, no, you should be. We like to go to some of the delicious Mexican restaurants we have in the community. First of the week, usually a lot of them have hard tacos, 75 cents. So we go for hard tacos. Kim gets 2, I get 8. And I eat 8. I do.
Are you serious?
I promise you. 8 tacos, and I'm thinking, what is up with this? Why am I doing this? Because before, I probably wouldn't have been able to, but now, I don't know. It's just, but I eat them, but now that may be all I have. Although it's not good, it's all fried, and I try to stay away from a lot of fried stuff. Mm-hmm. But as long as you exercise, which I try to do every day.
Every day, 30 minutes?
Hour.
An hour a day?
An hour a day, every day.
What do you do? What kind of activities?
Kim likes to call it my calisthenics. Jack LaLanne. 1, 2, 3. That's what I do. Nothing, push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, just things that try to, keep everything moving. Cardio, a little. I'm not lifting weights yet, although every once in a while I will pick Kim up and bring her across the threshold. Something cute we do. But no, I just calisthenics usually. Just try to stay moving. Try to walk.
You do walk. You and Kim's walking with you?
No, she never walks. Kim does not walk. In fact, she said she felt so guilty me doing all the exercises. One day she said, "You've sparked me." In the middle of me doing what? You sparked me. I said, "Have I?" She said, "Yes," and she walked away. I said, "Great." So I continue to do mine. After I'm done, I go back. She's in the bedroom in the bed. I said, "So when are you gonna?" Oh, I already have. I said, "You have? What'd you do?" Well, I was laying here like this in the bed, and I lifted my legs, and I put them down, and I lifted them in the bed. She was doing some exercise. There's a start. That's a start.
She was sparked.
She was sparked at that moment. But yeah, so. But you're always looking trim and fit. What do you do to stay?
Well, that's why I was asking you about your routine, because since I've been to Athens, I seem to be finding some extra poundage up there. So, but I've been walking, but I need to get back on a routine and
just exercising. You know what you did in school, jumping jacks, all that kind of stuff. I think it just keeps you. In fact, and you know Jim Logan.
I do.
Jimmy Logan
yeah.
here in town once told me a little while back. He said he heard on the radio that if you start exercising, not that this affects us yet, if you start exercising, at the age of 60, 15 minutes a day, you will add 3 years to your life. So we've got about another 25, 30 years.
25 years, yeah.
And then we do 15 minutes a day, and we're going to add 3 more years.
Do we want to do that?
So, well, I mean, so instead of 60 being in the end, you go to 63.
63.
So that, you know, but that's all good. I think staying, and a lot of people now I think are getting more into health.
I do too, yeah, and what they eat, health-wise. I was in a store the other day, and apparently it was Senior Day, Senior Citizen Day, and went to pay and had a discount, and I said, oh, I got a discount. I didn't realize it was Senior Day. I probably shouldn't tell this. And she said, well, it's Senior Citizen Day today, ma'am. And I didn't know if she wanted to slap her or thank her for saving 15%.
Well, see, that's happened to me. And that's where you go, I'm a senior. Yeah, I am. How much did I save? Yeah, but
save $20? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I have been the ones where they do ask, and I go, no. And then I go, oh, why did I say no? Yeah, I guess I could have just, but I'm close. I mean, it's close.
Well, I was going to ask her what they consider that age, the senior age. You know, I'm not sure if it's
but whatever
60
it is,
or...
You don't want somebody to ask you. I mean, whatever that age is, they're apparently thinking we're that age to ask that. I mean, if it was 30, you ask that, it's like, oh, gosh, I'm well over 30. But when you're right there on the verge, and then they just assume, it's like, wait a minute, no, I'm not. Not until next month.
It hurts, but yet you like the savings.
That's true. It's kind of like a bittersweet little thing.
Exactly.
So if you don't ask, just take off the discount, and we'll just leave it at that. Anyway, all right. Well, I am glad that you've joined us today.
Thank you.
Because we've got a great show.
Thank you for inviting me. Yes, I'm excited about it.
Great show. All guys, though. It's all guys today.
That's why I'm excited about it.
All right. I'm just checking it out. Just checking it out. But today's show, we have Tony Sissom of the brand new Kyle Motors, located on 20th Street Southeast. We're going to talk about Kyle Motors, brand new dealership that opened up here. Talk to you about some of the deals they have there. We also have Doug Mizell in the house. Doug is sitting in for Ron today. And Doug's not going to tell us about history, but we're going to talk about Cleveland being prepared. And again, last week, we had another reason to get ourselves prepared once again. So we'll talk to Doug about that. And then we also have Keith Sands in the house from Motorsport Legends. We'll find out what's going on there as we talk to our buddy Keith. This is all coming up today on this Wednesday edition of Tennessee Valley This Morning. Stay right where you are. We'll be right back.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Bradley County is home to a community of resilient, compassionate families who want the best for each other. The tragedies of the April 27, 2011 tornadoes brought our community together to bring aid to the hurting and helpless. It is time to come together once more. The Bradley County school system is underfunded, and our future leaders are receiving their education in substandard learning environments. On August 2nd, you will have an opportunity to further impact our great community by voting for the wheel tax. A vote for the wheel tax will not only rebuild Blue Springs Elementary School, but it will provide a new facility that is engineered to meet the demands that technology places on the infrastructure. The overcrowded Walker Valley High School students and teachers will have much needed space and be able to use academic rooms for their intended purposes. The students and teachers of Lake Forest Middle School will no longer endure the hazardous conditions caused by the elements of nature and deteriorating classroom buildings. British philosopher Herbert Spencer stated, The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action. Would you take action in the name of education and vote yes for the wheel tax? A vote for the wheel tax is a vote for the children and the future of Bradley County.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Welcome back to Tennessee Valley This Morning on this middle of the week Wednesday. Joe Palo, Karen Kelly, now joined by my buddy Tony Sism of Kyle Motors. Thank you for being with us, man.
Hey, glad to be here, Joe.
Those of you watching WTNB right now are seeing a little infomercial that Tony and I have done. We do them from time to time, and we've done this first brand new one from Kyle Motors with some unbelievable deals. Let's talk about the dealership and where you guys are located.
Well, 802 20th Street. It's right off Dalton Pike, like you're going to Blythe Barrow School there. When you turn down the hill off Dalton Pike, just where the first building on the left there as you go down at the bottom of the hill. It's an old house that we've renovated, and we spent a bunch of money. It's one of the nicest used car places you'll ever go into. I mean, it is really nice. We're carrying about, counted this morning, I've got 38 used cars in stock.
Wow.
So it's, it's not a fly by night. We've thought this thing over and done it, and Bill's done it real well.
Well, as folks that have lived here for a while know that Kyle Dodge, Kyle Motors, formerly Kyle Dodge, Bill Kyle started that back in 1978, 79. Been around a long time, selling a lot of cars to a lot of you folks in this community. And of course, you're very happy. The reputation, as we always talk about, rides on that. So opening this up is just an extension of what he's been doing for many, many, many years. And all of these cars, I know, are primo, ready to go. I mean, they've all been checked out, inspected.
They are ready. They are ready to go.
And at unbelievable prices.
Yeah, got an 08 Suzuki Forenza, and it's a real nice car, $59.95. I just bought a 04 Cadillac DeVille. We got 82,000 miles on it, white car, leather inside, nice car, $89.95. I mean, it's just real good deals on these things right now.
Well, they're priced to sell. And obviously, you guys finance and the
yeah, we have the financing there. If if you come in, we do just like a big dealership does. We've got the in-house financing. We take the credit app, we send it to the banks. We have TVA, got Southern Heritage, we got Regional, Citizens, Medco Credit Union up in Decatur. We have them, and several other that we're getting ready to put online. But we can have an answer, and if you come in, we can usually have you out the door within a couple hours. So,
good deal.
That is good.
And see our neighbors to the north, Karen, we need to get those folks. I mean, if you're going to buy a car, you don't mind driving, 30 minutes, 40 minutes? So you come down to Cleveland. And we've got our viewers in McMinn County. Right. Kyle Motors, again, located on 20th Street Southeast. So,
That's right.
Now, we've talked in the infomercial about some of the vehicles. One in particular that's on that is a 78 El Camino.
Right.
When's the last time you've seen an El Camino? And in mint condition, the only thing that's been done to this vehicle is the bed. The bed has been repainted, but there's no dents, dings. I mean, it's been like garage kept, it looks like.
11,000 miles.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Yeah, 11,000 miles on that car.
I mean, just go by Kyle Motors just to look at that car. Just check that out, because it's a classic.
$89.95.
See that? Less than $9,000? I mean,
Nice car.
Yeah, it really, really is. Now, and the wonderful thing, easily to be, if you had any reason to have to fix anything on it, easily fixed. I mean, cars back then, most anybody down the street can fix that for you now. Right. Cars today, a little different, a little computer thing going on, it's a little different. But yeah, I know you guys got all kinds of vehicles. It's not just, cars, obviously, but you carry trucks, SUVs. You had a Jeep. That was a nice Jeep you had there,
Got a Jeep, we sold it. Got a real nice Suburban, 05 Suburban right now, 125,000 miles, but it doesn't look like it's 125,000, but it's leather, navigation, DVD, sunroof, loaded up, $13,900.
Now tell us, Tony, if you will, tell us the guys. I know you got a crew there, everybody that's helped out, and you guys have all been together for a while. Tell us the guys you have down.
Yeah, we got Bill and myself. We have Dale, Bill's son. Then we have James and David, Kyle, and James Johnson is who we have down there. You just feel free to come in and ask for any one of us, and we'll be glad to help you any way we can.
Most of you folks probably know these gentlemen he's mentioned. You know Tony, so you know these are really good guys, and they're not like the one thing I think people always, I don't know, maybe they steer away from wanting to go. They don't want to go to a car dealership when they're open for business because the salesmen are going to go, oh, can I help you? We'll put you in this and try you in this. That's not how it works at Kyle Motors. I mean, come take a look.
Matter of fact, I had a comment today. A gentleman walked in. He said, "Where's everybody pouncing on me?" I said, "There ain't nobody gonna pounce on you here." And he did. He made that comment today. So that's how we are. We're kind of laid back, but yet we'll treat you fair and treat you honest and sell you a nice car for cheap money.
Well, and really, the prices speak for themselves. There's no need to pounce on them because it is what it is. You go out there and see those vehicles, then you see the price. It's like, come on, are you serious? Because the deal is we always talk about with the folks at Kyle Motors, I know you guys, like you've told me before, you see these people in Walmart and Palo and Cooks and all that, and you don't want to ever think you have to duck down another aisle because, hey, you'll probably walk up to them and say, how's that car running? Because you know that they had a good deal and have a great vehicle.
Well, we haven't had to do it for 30 years, and we're not going to start now.
Exactly.
So, but we do offer warranties, Joe. I do want to tell you, we do offer warranties on all of our cars. We've got 4 or 5 places here in town that actually does the work on the cars for us. So, and it's honored nationwide, so there's no big deal if you happen to break down out of town. Then it is going to be covered under that factory, under the extended warranties.
What are your hours?
Hours were there from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock, 6:30 on Monday through Friday, and then Saturday we're there from 9 o'clock till 3:30, 4:30, somewhere in there. Just depend. We're not going to leave if we've got a customer. Yeah. We're going to be there.
I guess Saturday's a busier time.
Actually, the weekdays are pretty busy. Yeah, Saturdays have got where they're just a little bit slow. But
really?
I think it's the way people works anymore. It's just not a 9 to 5 job Monday through Friday anymore.
Well, that's true.
So they're on a rotating shift, so it still, it rotates out. So.
Do you offer online? I can go online and look at the cars.
Don't have it now. We are working on it though.
Okay.
I'm working on a website trying to get it up. Joe and I talked about this the other day, and we're trying to have it up within 30 days. We'll have it up and running.
And Karen's of course mentioning the hours, but you don't mind if somebody comes after hours and looks at the cars.
Feel free to come around and look all you want to. I mean, it's lit up real nice. You can see all the cars. It's not a dark little old lot on the side corner somewhere. It's all lit up with security lights and everything and floodlights. And got a nice big front porch to sit on.
Yep.
That he's put out there. And so it's a real nice front porch to sit on and enjoy a cup of coffee. Come by and drink a cup of coffee. Glass will give you a bottle of water, Coke, Sprite, whatever you want. Just come by and see us.
And I'm going to tell you this. I told Tony, I was going to mention it on the info, and I didn't. But, all right, so this dealership is brand new. The building is just renovated, brand new. Smells good, looks good. There's 5, 6 guys in there, just guys. All right, they got a kitchen. Every time I've gone to see Tony, to talk to Tony, to do the infomercial, for whatever reason, the little thing hits me. I think it's all my water. Got to go to the bathroom, Tony, got to go to the bathroom. Every time I've been in that bathroom, that is cleaner than the one I have at my house. It's spotless. And I said, there's all guys here. But I'm telling you, you need to go, Karen, you need to go just to look at the bathroom.
I'm on it.
And I told them that. I said, I'll be honest with you guys, I really don't go in here. I just like to come in here and just close the door and look around. God, it's clean. It is spotless. But everything there is. I mean, you guys keep a very clean dealership.
Well, your reputation, you've got a reputation that you got to uphold. And if it looks bad, people are going to get a bad idea. If it looks good, they're going to have a good reputation.
Very true.
And it supersedes your reputation.
Very true.
And we try to keep it clean, picked up after ourselves. Because like you said, there's no women there. It's
There's
all
no
men.
women. It's all. I mean, I'm thinking, and not that.
And we're not prejudiced. No.
Going to
No,
ask
not
that.
that women should pick up after men. But I mean, that's although some men do call their wives mother. I would never call Kim
No,
mother.
I wouldn't think so.
But yeah, But you know, a lot of women like they have that little extra push in the cleanliness department where guys it's like, you know, I'm outside washing. Keith knows, you got a little grease on your hands, you're washing, you kind of wipe the sink out and you go outside, and she's like, look at this mess.
Keith's not saying a word
No,
over there.
But it really is. It's very impressive that it's just that, and the kitchen. Go in the kitchen. It's spotless. It's like, I'm telling you. I mean, you know, if all these guys weren't married, I would consider. If Kim, you know, I mean, it's just because of the cleanliness. The only reason. Not well, a couple of them are cute.
I told you what them shots would do.
They have. I have got in touch with my feminine side a little bit. I won't say a lot, but I do call my clothes outfits now, and everything has to match. Another story. But in being serious, Kyle Motors, brand spanking new. It's 80. Listen to me. 802 20th Street Southeast, 790-7100.
7100.
I even got that tattooed in my head. Yeah, I'm telling you. You need to go by, check out the vehicles they got. Like Tony said, 38 vehicles on the lot. You'll find something you like. And when you find something or you like something, take it to your mechanic if you want to. Let them look at it and send it through their inspection process. They're not afraid, because I promise you, you're going to find something very, very nice there at a great, great price.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Sure.
Buddy, I appreciate you being here with me.
Good to be here.
Thank you
Glad
so
you'll
much.
have me.
And we're going to have you back on again.
Okay.
All right?
Just holler.
I will. You know I will. And I'm going to be back by sometime this week to use the restroom again.
I can't wait.
I know.
I'll be there this afternoon. Okay?
Karen's going on the way home, yeah. But in any case, Kyle Motors. Tony Sisson for Kyle Motors. Again, thank you for being here. We're going to be back again. Doug Mizell is in the house, and Keith Sands when we come back from this break. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Robert Thompson. I'm a partner here at the law firm of Logan Thompson, and I've been practicing law for about 25 years. I focus primarily on complex litigation cases involving serious personal injury. To establish liability, it's important that we thoroughly investigate your case. And we're fortunate here at Logan Thompson to have a full-time investigator on staff. And once we establish liability, next we turn to the issue of damages. Under Tennessee law, you're entitled to be compensated for 5 elements of damages. The first is property damage, and then your medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and loss of enjoyment of life. If you or a family member have been injured in an automobile accident and would like to sit down and discuss with us what you're entitled to, please give us a call at your convenience. There's no charge for the initial consultation. I'm Robert Thompson, the law firm Logan Thompson, and we'd be honored to help you.
Welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. We want to thank Tony Sisson of Kyle Motors for being with us, and now we're joined by our friend Doug Mizell.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
inviting
much
me.
for being here, Doug. Doug is going to talk to us about the Cleveland Survivors Prep group?
Cleveland Survivor Preppers. It's a civilian prepper group.
Okay.
And we've had some recent what I want to call wake-up calls.
Yes, we have.
In the past few days, and I think that kind of is a reminder of folks that we may be on track with what we're doing in our little network.
Absolutely, and I'm glad to have you back on again. We had you on a few weeks back, and Kim and I said we were going to have you back. And Karen, this is so interesting what this group is about, because obviously the last few years we've been hit by devastating storms in this area, and not to mention, if not a storm, then we get like what we had the other day, the straight line winds that knock over trees and knock out power. But you guys have a plan that you can get people ready, that if that were to happen again, and if they were to get more prepared, they would kind of know what to do.
It's all about self-sufficiency. We like to train our membership in what to do in case of emergency. Be one of those folks that is not the problem. Give the first responders an opportunity to get out there and help those that really need it, and you kind of stay out of their way. You have water, and you have food provisions, and you have a way for warmth and a way for shelter, even if you've had an emergency yourself.
Right.
That's what it's all about, is self-sufficiency, helping yourself and helping others in your community. And we've had numerous speakers in-house addressing these issues. Our members, quite surprisingly, are most of them are first responders.
Oh, okay.
Most of them are in the emergency network some way or another. Some are police officers. Some of them are even in the medical profession.
Right.
And that just tells you right there what kind of caliber person that we have in our organization, and the seriousness of the situation. These folks have seen these disasters and these emergencies firsthand, and they're coming to the realization of how important being self-prepared is.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, Chip Bryant and I put together a preppers organization here in Tennessee. We are presently trying to hook up with other organizations throughout Tennessee, and there is a Tennessee Preppers Network in existence, and I think we're going to be doing some work with them in the near future.
Terrific. And you would think a lot of the first responders, those that are part of the group now, would possibly know some of this. So if they're trying to get revamped on what they need to know, or they're trying to get information that they don't know, obviously you need to have that same information, because that's a way to be prepared in case we do have this situation that happened last week or happened the last couple of years.
Right. I've been a prepper for 20 years.
Okay.
It all started with the ice storms 20 years ago, and I lived in Memphis, and I saw how ill-prepared I was for a situation with an extended electrical outage.
Right.
And as a result of that, I got busy.
Yeah.
And that's the same realization that a lot of these first responders have come to now.
Sure.
What if this had happened in my community?
Mm-hmm.
What if this had happened to my family?
Yeah.
I would, as knowledgeable as you are, there are still things you don't know.
Yep.
And Chip and I talked about this at great length, and we saw the need of putting together a network of people with various and sorted skill sets, and say, I'll teach you what I know if you teach me what you know.
There you go.
And it's become a very, very valuable asset for the entire organization.
Now, I think you've brought some stuff.
I did.
And I'd like for you to kind of show us some of what you got and what people can, maybe some of this stuff they can take heed of and maybe get some of it for themselves.
Well, I think everybody is probably familiar with the term now, bug out bag.
Okay.
And I think that that is very important for virtually anybody and everybody in a community and that has a family to care about and think about, is to have a bug out bag, and not just one. It's my opinion that you should have a bag like this, or a bag of some sort, and it doesn't have to be a high-grade Nike bag or anything like that. What I teach my people is get down to the Goodwill store, pick up a $1.99 bag.
There you go.
Ramble through your house before you buy anything, and find the box of bandages. Find the bottle of peroxide. Find the alcohol and all of those items, and put them in a box before you buy the first thing. Additionally, you'll be surprised at how much that you have already in your home, scattered throughout your garage and in your closets, and things that you can utilize and not have to buy the first thing. So put together a bug out bag. That's what our organization is all about, is telling folks what to put in it, what to prepare for. Make sure that you've got water, make sure that you've got some energy bars, make sure that you've got something to provide shelter, make sure you've got light, make sure you've got heat, something to start a fire.
Right.
All of these things are relatively easy to come by. Just a big lighter, a small, tiny, big lighter can be so valuable at an opportune time when you don't need it. Most of us might not be smokers, but it's always a good idea to have a big lighter in your glove box somewhere. I'm going to show you a few items that we find, kind of important to let everybody know that you don't have to have a high-class emergency kit. You just don't have to. This is what a lot of people on the internet called an Altoid emergency kit.
Yeah.
This one is not Altoid, but this one's Fisherman's Friend, simply because I like that candy a little
There
better,
you go.
that lozenge a little better, but it's the same type of box. But in this box, I have a signal mirror.
Okay.
I have a flashlight.
Okay.
I have a fire starter, a
Okay.
flint and steel fire starter. I have an emergency whistle.
Okay.
Now, remember, if you're trapped under some rubble after a tornado,
Very true.
you can blow a whistle a lot longer than you can scream for help. That's very important. If you're lost in the woods, if you're anywhere that you need help, this will travel much further than the human voice.
Yeah.
And then a small multi-tool with a screwdriver, a knife, a file.
There you go.
And then just a very small, inexpensive knife. And all that fit
No kidding.
in one little Altoid box or one little candy box, and that fits in the console of a car. That fits in a glove box. That fits in a pocket.
Yep.
And you can see how valuable that would be to you in an emergency situation, and it didn't take any space at all.
No, absolutely.
So
I'm not prepared.
I'm telling you. And make sure that whistle is the one you can, not like a dog whistle, because then nobody hears it. That's right. I mean, what you can hear.
Yeah, unless it's
I'm thinking in my head,
lasting.
I'd be going,
Unless
how many dogs would run and not even know what I'm needing help with.
I also tell folks to take things and use them for multiple purposes. One of the projects that I did recently was I just went to the Dollar Tree or a dollar store and looked for ordinary items and kind of figured out how can they be used in different ways. Well, do you know what that is right there?
That, I'm going to tell you what I think that is.
All right.
Is that a toothbrush holder?
That is a travel toothbrush holder. Well,
Okay.
guess what it is now?
What is it?
It's a fishing kit.
Ah, there
It's
you
got
go.
everything you need to survive to go fishing. It has a bobber.
Yes, it does.
It has sinkers.
Okay,
It has hooks.
okay.
And in this bottle, which is like an Advil pill bottle, I have
Not
in-
bait.
I have in it artificial bait.
Oh, no kidding.
Artificial bait. I also tell folks to put some eyelets, some little wood eyelet hooks inside to be able to attach those to a pole, a stick that you might find, and you've got an instant fishing pole.
No kidding.
But what you also can do is wrap your line around the outside, put some paper tape around it, so you've got hook, line, bobber, and sinker all in one little thing that will fit in your pocket, or in this instance, fit
Right,
in your
right.
go bag. And make sure that we teach this too, and it's so important. We teach redundancy. Don't just have one lighter. Have 3 lighters. don't just have one way to start a fire, but have numerous ways to start a fire. Have waterproof matches, have a big lighter, have a magnifying glass. You wouldn't believe it, but a magnifying glass sometimes is the best way to start a fire. And it's also one of those items that you'd be surprised at how easy it is to store. You know, small little magnifying glass like that right there. I happen to have one.
Let me have that.
What? No, I'll put that right here. This is an emergency whistle, and this comes with a magnifying glass inclusive. This is a whistle, this is a light, and this is a compass as well. So I'm a real proponent of multi-tools. They save you space as well as having multifunction.
Absolutely.
And I also am a proponent, when you buy these things, make sure they work. Make sure you know how they work. So do a test run. Next time you go camping, take these things with you and use them and get familiar with how they work. And that's all a part of our seminar training. That's all a part of how we teach people to be prepared. Is we not only tell them how to do things, but we show them how to do things. And we found that to be very, very important. It's all right to work these things out on paper. It's all right to think about these things in theory, but you need to use them. You need to put them to use to know that you're up to the task when an emergency happens or an emergency occurs.
Do you find these items in the camping section?
Yeah, most of these items can be found at Walmart in the camping section. Another very good source are Army surplus stores.
Okay.
There's a very good store called the Outpost, right off APD 40. I think it's on Big Springs Road, I believe.
Spring Place.
Spring Place Road. Deck Moore is the owner of that little place, and Deck's a good friend of mine. And he has, and guess what? He happens to be a member of Outdoor Survival
Now that
Preppers.
doesn't surprise me.
And as a result of that, he's really been in touch with the needs of what the Preppers organization has been talking about and wanting to do, and lo and behold, we'll talk about the need for a particular item, and he goes out and finds a source. He goes out and finds a vendor, and he makes sure that he carries it. Now, but we go to great lengths to tell folks, don't just limit yourself to one location or one vendor. We tell them where they can get the best deals. We talk about things that you wouldn't even think about, like seeds, for instance. What type of seed would you need if you had a period of time where you had an extended period of no electricity and you had to grow your own food? Well, heirloom seeds are, of course, what we want everybody to be aware of. Most people who are not farmers don't even know what heirloom seeds are. But heirloom seeds are a seed that actually regenerates itself. So many seeds on the market now are genetically altered, and the seed from one of those genetically altered crops that you plant today will not generate a crop next year because the seed is a hybrid seed. So we teach the people in the importance of GMA seeds and the importance of what a heirloom seed is and where to get heirloom seeds.
Now, we've got just about 30, 45 seconds left here, Doug. If you will, tell the folks out there watching how they can get in touch with you, if they want more information, how they can get in touch with the Cleveland Survival Preppers Club, and what they need to do.
It's real easy, Joe. We put together a little organization that meets at the Rebel Restaurant down on South Lee Highway, just adjacent to the new Bradley High School right there. And Chip Bryant, who's the proprietor and owner of the Rebel, is co-founder of this organization. And we meet the second Tuesday of each month. And if you'd like to more information and would like to talk to me about what we do and how we go about it, you can call me at 615-HELP, 615-HELP.
Okay.
And that's my old locksmith number.
There you go.
And I found it it's going to be quite useful for this number as well.
Absolutely.
So they can give me a call at that, and there is no cost whatsoever for becoming a member of Cleveland Survival Preppers. You show up when you want to. There's no obligation whatsoever to.
What time was the meeting on Tuesday?
The meetings, the gatherings start about 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock,
And they officially start at 7. But
Okay.
there's usually a lot of fellowship, a lot of shaking and howdy and going on for an hour. And then we have about an hour seminar usually.
Right.
I try to have a professional speaker usually at the meeting. We'll probably have individual seminars
Okay.
with members that have expertise in various things. We're going to do seminars this coming one. We're going to be doing on fire starting.
Okay.
Numerous ways of starting with fire without a match.
Okay.
You'd be surprised at how
Oh, I can
many
imagine.
ways you can start a match. Do you know that I can start a fire with a bottle of water?
Can you?
Think about it.
Can you come back and show us how to do that?
Yes. Would you please?
Come to the seminar.
Okay. All right. There you go. And it's the second Tuesday of every month
Second Tuesday of every month
at the Rebel.
at the Rebel Drive-In.
6 o'clock fellowship. 7 o'clock is when the meeting starts.
Yeah, and the meetings usually go for about an hour.
Okay.
There's a lot of hanger-on afterwards
Sure.
that want to talk, and we do that.
Okay.
But we have a lot of fun. It is a very, very diversified
bet.
group, and I learn something every time I go to a meeting.
And what's the phone number again? Your phone number.
614-HELP.
614-HELP.
Help.
Doug, thank you so much for
You're
being with
welcome.
us. We're going to have you back again, I promise.
Sure,
Very
buddy.
interesting topic.
Very much.
Doug Mizell of the Cleveland Survival Preppers. And again, 614-HELP. More information from Doug and find out about the club. All right, folks. We're going to be back with Keith Sands and talk about motorsport legends when we come back after this break, so stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Robert Thompson. I'm a partner here at the law firm of Logan Thompson, and I've been practicing law for about 25 years. I focus primarily on complex litigation cases involving serious personal injury. To establish liability, it's important that we thoroughly investigate your case. And we're fortunate here at Logan Thompson to have a full-time investigator on staff. And once we establish liability, next we turn to the issue of damages. Under Tennessee law, you're entitled to be compensated for 5 elements of damages. The first is property damage, and then your medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and loss of enjoyment of life. If you or a family member have been injured in an automobile accident and would like to sit down and discuss with us what you're entitled to, please give us a call at your convenience. There's no charge for the initial consultation. I'm Robert Thompson, the law firm Logan Thompson, and we'd be honored to help you.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. Again, we want to thank Doug Mizell from Cleveland Survival Preppers for being with us, and we'll have Doug back on again, talk a little bit more about how you can get prepared and be prepared for in case in the event of another emergency, weather emergency, which we've been having a lot lately. But we are joined by my buddy Keith Sands of Motorsport Legends, not Motorsports, Motorsport Legends. Took me about a year to get that S off of the sport there. But how you doing, buddy?
Great. And yourself, Joe?
I'm doing great. I'm
Good
doing
morning.
Wonderful. And I've got the lovely Karen Kelly with me here
Good
today.
morning,
She
Miss
can-
Karen.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, Keith, of course, from Motorsport Legends, you guys are going through a little bit of a transition. You're changing a little bit. You're going away from the motorcycles and get more into custom cars.
Yes. We actually have been doing consignment sales for used motorcycles for several years, and we are getting away from the motorcycle sales and just doing parts and service for motorcycles. And we're trying to emphasize more on our extreme speed part of the business, where we do modifications for automobiles. And then we also operate a company, Tracks Unlimited.
Yes.
Where we put on track events for people to bring their cars, and we give them instructors and teach them how to maneuver around a racetrack and learn what the car's truly capable of doing.
And I think what's interesting is the last time we talked, and we did a little info together, and we talked about the extreme speed, and then, of course, the cars themselves. I don't think folks realize that the vehicle they own can produce a lot more horsepower and be a lot more efficient, and not buying or putting anything new on it, but just in tweaking a few things right from the factory. Is that not true?
Correct. And the average person's doesn't really have a need for that.
Right.
You know, Karen, what kind of vehicle you drive?
It's a van.
A van. It's a great multi-purpose vehicle. A van's not something necessarily you're going to want to modify in any way. It's a great utility vehicle I think it's one of the best vehicles out there, most versatile. But for somebody that does anything from towing to performance needed items, I have a diesel pickup truck. I've got a tuner in my truck. I gain about 100 horsepower. I pull large trailers. I've got a skid loader and a trailer. I've got a enclosed car trailer I pull a race car with, and those kind of things. So I get great benefit from just doing the tuner on my diesel truck, both in fuel efficiency and in power.
Right.
And then, again, for people that have automobiles that want to get greater performance out of it, a little better acceleration or better braking, those are generally relatively inexpensive upgrades that you can do. What you said was the tuning, correct. Most automobiles are capable of doing much more than the average driver ever knows. And if you wanted to enhance the performance of that vehicle, you can do that with tuning. That's and you heard me say it before, that's the best bang for the buck.
Right.
Is just getting your automobile tuned. When an automobile comes down the assembly line, they're very generic.
Right.
And everything, even though it's assembled exactly the same, supposedly, can be tweaked and get the maximum performance out of it.
So when you say tuning, though, you're not talking about like getting your car tuned up, so to speak, like a normal car. You're talking about extra tuning that causes you to get a little bit more horsepower here, or a little bit more airflow there, that type of thing.
Correct. And maybe the easiest way for people to understand that would be if you have a home computer, by adding programs or antivirus or things. If your computer gets slow, you generally take it to a computer person's. They clean it up and it runs much faster and more efficiently. An automobile is the same way. The standard tune on an automobile is for fuel efficiency, but also for emissions, and they just hit a real generic number. You can tweak those again, and just as you said, enhance the air intake system, enhance the exhaust system so it breathes better, those kind of things, and automatically get greater performance and fuel economy out of an automobile.
Yeah, and as I said, people probably don't realize that out of their own vehicle that they're
Correct.
able to do that. But of course, you guys at Motorsport Legends can do that for them and cost them little next to nothing, and they can get a better performing vehicle just by bringing it down to you guys.
Correct. But again, if it's If it's the
van,
the grocery getter or whatever, then it's probably not you're not gonna notice much difference.
Right.
Again, if you have something specific that you're trying to enhance, be it for towing, or you go up in the mountains a lot, or off-roading a lot, or you just want to maximize the performance. There's a lot of people out there that like to accelerate away from the traffic light and have that extra power to get out of that situation or whatever, or get around and pass on the interstate. The cars today are much smaller engines putting out more horsepower per cubic inch. But again, if you can take that little 4-cylinder and give it a little more power so you can get around that 18-wheeler on the interstate and feel comfortable with that, then that's something we can do. Now, to elaborate on that a little bit more, we like to do all-out performance cars also. You know, we have cars that we work on that are anything from a Ferrari, Corvette, Noble, GTRs, many different, we operate race cars out of our shop and work on race cars and things of that nature. So we're used to doing a lot of custom work. We've done everything from put late model engines in a 60 Corvette to working on championship race cars. We've got cars in the shop currently that win every time they go out and race. So
well, and speaking of that, because we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left, and I want to touch on that too. Speaking of that, Tracks Unlimited, that is a way for someone that's watching to, in their car, to take it to a high performance track and literally race it, not against another person, but against the clock, to kind of see how their car performs.
Correct. And the website is tracksunlimited.net.
Yes.
And you can check out our website. We've got 3 upcoming dates for track events this year. The next one is July 21st and 22nd at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Okay.
And now that's typically a NASCAR oval track, but we run the infield road course. So what we do is we lease the track, and you can bring your car by registering online, bring your car to the track. We will put an instructor in the car with you and teach you how to drive around the racetrack. And you're not going out there to race, we're going out there to enhance your driving ability and learn what your car is truly capable of. Again, most people have no idea what your automobile is truly capable, short of just tromping the throttle pedal to the floor and seeing how fast it'll go straight.
And what you guys do with the driver and what your instructors do with the driver in their vehicle translates to better city driving as they just drive around town.
Correct. For instance, one of the things there's so many things you learn. One of the things we do typically on the street when we're driving around town is if we see a traffic light up ahead and it's changing to red, we go ahead and let off of the throttle and start easing on the brake, and we coast all the way up to the traffic light riding the brake. Well, in reality, riding the brake a long period of time builds up a lot of heat in the brakes. Now, in a typical driving, that's not going to be a bad thing necessarily. But at higher speeds, if you were having to put the brakes on, we teach also that braking harder for a shorter distance is much less heat generated in the brake system.
And continuing.
And a part of that also is, in an emergency situation, the thing you learn on the track is you're far better off to not brake until you straighten the vehicle and brake twice as hard, and then that brings the speed of the vehicle down much faster.
Okay, it looks like we're running out of time. I want to get these folks to where they can get in touch with you. Give them a phone number, give them that website again if they're interested in Tracks Unlimited or anything that you guys do.
TracksUnlimited.net is for the driving experience on our website. Our phone number at Extreme Speed Motorsport Legends is 339-2901. We're on North Lee Highway, 4605, right next door to Don Ledford and the side entrance to Bradley Square Mall.
You cannot miss it. You've seen it there a million times. This is a wonderful guy. They've got a great business going on there, and you're going to want to check them out. Go by, get your car performing a little bit better, maybe take a ride on the Tracks Unlimited. Be a lot of fun. And he's got videos to show you too. So check out the website, 339-2901 for Motorsport Legends. Keith, thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate you. I appreciate Doug Mizell, and of course, Tony Sissom, my buddy, as well. Thank you for watching Tennessee Valley This Morning on this Wednesday. Thank you, Karen Kelly, for being my guest host today. I appreciate Karen. and all of you, and we'll see you next time. So have yourself a very good day and a good rest of the week.